Today, we're going to be taking a look at the top 10 best looking football shirts of the season. Well, top 10 club shirts, because if we also had to include all the new national team shirts, it would be more or less impossible to fit into a top 10 list. There are just so many good ones. Of course, if you love shirts so much that your fingers are starting to itch a little bit because you want to join the party and cop some cool shirts, I'll leave a pop-up right up there and a link in the description to unisportlife.com so you can go in and go nuts. And of course, also don't forget to tell me if you agree with my list or if you think I've lost my mind in the comment section right down below. So first off is the FC Bayern Human Race Pharrell shirt, and while some of the other shirts were a little iffy around the edges, well, I think this one is pretty much a home run. It takes inspiration from the 91-93 FC Bayern home shirt with these here white and blue big Adidas stripes on the shoulders, and then it takes that classic iconic design and transforms it into something a bit more artsy and modern, and I reckon it looks pretty good. And okay, the Bayern logo and the Adidas logo should have been, actual logos and not just printed on, because that makes it look a little cheap. Like, those shirts you buy at tourist traps when you travel. But in the big picture, it's something I can live with, and I reckon it's a really cool shirt. In ninth, I reckon Jolter would be proud of me because I kinda had to include the third shirt from Fortuna Dusseldorf. Because while camo can quite easily be really overdone and very much in your face, I think what Unisport have done here with the grayscale, almost like monotone snow camo pattern that only covers the shoulders is a thing of beauty because it keeps the shirt a little bit minimal and simple. I know camo can never be simple, but I reckon it's a good look. Now 8th place here pains me a little bit because it's from a rival team, the City Away shirt, but I just had to include it because the mosaic pattern and the colors are absolutely amazing. Now the pattern here is inspired by the architecture in the Castlefield neighborhood of Manchester, which actually sits right in the middle of Manchester, in between the Etihad and Old Trafford, so I don't know what's particularly Manchester City about it, but what I do know is that the blue denim colors and that bronze accent color looks absolutely amazing together. And that was actually a pretty good segue to my next point, because what's also amazing are all the awesome football videos that we upload every single week. So if you want to learn about the latest gear, or improve as a footballer, or meet the biggest stars, make sure you subscribe to the channel with the notifications on to make sure you don't miss a single thing. Ajax Away is 7th, and it is because I think we're slowly entering modern urban classic territory here. I mean, it's a pretty vibey shirt to look at. And actually, it's been so popular that we've sold out twice at the Unisport store, hence the fact that this is a double XL, because they've just been flying off the shelf. And while I might personally be a little too old and have too little swag to rock this as a daily driver, I think it's an amazing looking shirt, and one of those instances where Adidas have really managed to mix both a really stylish kind of fashion looking shirt, but also making a shirt that clearly has a lot going on. On the other side of the spectrum, because there's not really that much going on here, we have the Barcelona Away shirt, which to me is just subtle and elegant as hell. I mean, black and this matte gold always works, and it works extremely well. And this whole collar up here that gives me a few Japanese vibes just rounds off a very strict minimal design that just screams high class and luxury. It's apparently inspired by how the streets of Barcelona light up at night, but honestly guys, they could have told us whatever story they wanted, and I'd still put it as number 6 because I think this is an extremely good looking shirt. Right, so in 5th place, the shirt kind of takes me back to 1999 with the Fiorentina Away shirt, because I don't know about you guys, maybe it's just me being old, but this screams Gabriel Batistuta in that white away shirt with the purple blocks under the sleeves and the texture and graphic on the shoulders. And okay, the Mediacom sponsor kind of ruins it a little bit because it's ugly. But as a whole, the shirt has that Italian finesse and style, it has beautiful colors and a touch of history. Magnifico. Fourth place here will probably split opinion a little bit, and I'll also be honest, I didn't like the Manchester United 3rd shirt a lot when I saw it for the first time, but then I got it and I put it on and I saw it in action, and I'll be honest guys, this is so cool. I mean, we talked about how camo patterns before could be too much in your face. I don't think this is, because I really like how they combine that razzle-dazzle camo pattern that car manufacturers use to hide the shape of their new cars when they test them, and they've just turned it into something that is very bold but also super urban and really crisp. And I reckon there's quite a lot of street cred in this if you combine it with the right outfit. And with that in mind, don't buy the camo shorts as well, because that doesn't work. It goes from being cool to, yeah, don't do it. But if you like style and you want to turn it up a notch, you can also go for the Jordan PSG 3rd shirt, because that is, wow. It kind of feels like Nike put their best fashion designers on this, because the combination of maroon and white and black and gold just screams Paris high fashion and luxury dripping all over this shirt. And despite being old, this is actually one of those few football shirts that I would happily wear on a day-to-day basis, because it's just so cool. Now, the colorway itself is inspired heavily by the classic Jordan 7 colorway called the Bordeaux. And then the gold is a reference to PSG's 50th anniversary. So happy birthday, PSG. This is one hell of a gift. Number 2 is a little special as well. And actually, we're gonna stay in Paris because we've got the home shirt of the 3rd oldest football team in France called Red Star FC. And as football shirts go, I reckon this is pretty awesome. It uses a classic French way of making patterns called toile de jouy, telling the story of Red Star FC and France itself from the late 1890s and up until today. And I mean, the sponsor's cool, the logo's cool, it's just a cool shirt. Now, before I reveal my number 1, I also just want to highlight a couple of the shirts that just barely missed out, but are still pretty awesome. That would be the Juventus away shirt, the PSG away shirt, the Boca Juniors away shirt, and the Inter 3rd shirt. Now, as I said, all really awesome, but just didn't have that final thing that it took to get on the list. But my favorite shirt of the season is the Inter home shirt. And I realized that it's kind of boring because it was also the case last year. But I actually reckon that they took last year's shirt and they made it better, because we all know that classic Inter design, blue and black vertical stripes. But here Nike went in and they kind of just ruined the stripes, made zigzag stripes instead, because why not? And they actually managed to make a shirt that looks absolutely smashing. It's beautiful, it's high fashion, and the fans still love it. So mission accomplished, and a stunner of a shirt, guys. Yeah, wow. But before we end this, I also want to talk about something that is a little closer to home. Because if you didn't know, 2020 is the 25th anniversary of Unisport, and to celebrate that, we teamed up with Adidas to make 3 really special limited edition shirts to celebrate our Copenhagen store, the Unisport store in Paris. I mean, the French know how to make fashion shirts, guys. And then finally, a green Unisport brand shirt to just celebrate the store as a whole. Now, of course, these are very limited and are only sold at Unisport, so if you want to support and show some love to the family, go cop them right now at the link right up there in the description before they're gone. Because I'm taking one. So there you have it, my friends, what I think are the 10 coolest looking football club shirts in this season. But do you agree with my list, or have I completely lost the plot? Well, as always, let us know in the comment section right down below what you think. And if you want to cop any of the shirts I've mentioned on the list today, or just any other football shirt out there, because we have a lot, you can follow the link right over there or in the description right down below. Now, of course, also don't forget to go subscribe to the channel with the notifications on. And if you want to learn how to improve as a footballer, you should click the playlist right down there and keep watching. With that said, guys, I'll be signing off. Cheerio.